is the day. It's time to go back for my annual 3-month CAT scan. And I have to say, every 3 months, it's a little nerve-wracking, that's for sure. I love Nashville.
What is the population of Tulsa, Oklahoma? No, I don't want to call nobody. Population of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I swear. Population of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I can type
Just Google it. Just type it in.
Yeah.
Like the old days.
They've always been.
Your phone, you got it set on something so Siri don't talk to you. She don't respond very well. She's out for lunch.
Excuse me.
I think it's a setting on there you have to do.
Well, I don't know anything about this.
What's the point of having an iPhone if you don't have Siri?
Well, I got Siri. She talks to me sometimes.
Yeah, but your Siri is a mute. She doesn't. So what do you think it's going to be? Good news? Probably.
Yeah, it's going to be good news.
I hate getting IVs though, they suck.
It's going to be great news. Look at you a year ago, 9 months ago, 10 months ago, whenever it was, back in May. Oh my gosh.
Breathe in. Hold your breath. Breathe.
You been feeling all right?
Pretty good.
Good, good. So I want to go over your scans. There is an area that is concerning.
Okay.
Most of the areas are fine, and it's very similar as before. There's one area sort of in the center of the liver.
Here?
Probably more like over here.
Okay.
That they couldn't tell if they just couldn't see it well before.
The last time?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's, yeah.
Or it's new.
Okay.
The area on the pancreas is a little bit bigger than it was before, not a lot bigger. But everything. And get you on treatment. And then things were pretty quiet. But I think we could do a biopsy to see if there was a particular driver and things. But in the meantime, you know, when first we're going to treat you, we had looked at doing those chemo pills. And there was one I think we started.
Would that be something that's not an option?
I think that actually those chemo pills might be a good option for now because you're not in crisis. You know, your bilirubin's okay.
So you don't know if maybe this was just something that was overlooked or...
Well, we can't see it.
Yeah.
No, I put them up side by side and
So
you can't see it before.
Okay.
So, you know, like this is like we're looking at you from your feet. So this is your back and your front and your left side and your right side. So, and this was December and this is today. So these little dots are all really very stable. And, you know, these dark areas were some areas that were abnormal before, but they're all sort of quiet and not doing anything. They don't look like anything. But right here is a dark area.
A very vaguely dark area.
very
yeah.
vaguely dark area
Like a bigger spot.
that we don't see back then. They're pointing out a little lymph node area that maybe was thicker, maybe is thicker than it was. And then they may have identified on the pancreas.
So now the pancreas, you say, is a little bit larger.
I'm trying. That's what the radiologist read. So I think that we might be able to get some benefit from the pills now versus switching me to some other IV chemo.
Better than I've ever felt as far as this cancer journey has been.
Well, the other, this is a really very ill-defined area.
Right.
The other thing we could do, because it's, not super clear, is we could get a PET scan and say, is that area really anything or not?
You mean like you were talking about sort of a biopsy type thing?
To try to.
I'm willing to do whatever we
Whatever.
can do to be the most informed.
I'm super glad that you feel good, because that's a good sign. I think that also tells us we have some time to make sure we are figuring out exactly what we're dealing with. So I think that, one, doing a PET scan, and two, asking for a biopsy on the liver.
How do they do the biopsy again? I forgot because I
It'd
think I
be,
was asleep the last time.
and it'd be different than the way when you had it before, they just did brushings and biopsy of the pancreas when they went down through your throat. But they should be able to go in and take a sample through the skin, so they would numb that up and give you some sort of relaxing medicine. You wouldn't be completely out, but they would take a needle and go in and sample part of the liver.
What do you want to do?
Okay, so I want to order PET scan and biopsy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you living here?
I live in Portland.
In Portland, okay. There was talk of you going.
Well, I went home. Well, I didn't go home. I went to see my mom. I went to New York for
Okay.
the holidays.
Okay, but this is just where you're living, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I live here.
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
Okay.
If I do, it'd be out to my dad's farm.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
This is my hospital.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll put those orders in to do that as soon as possible, hopefully within the next 1 to 2 weeks. And then we'll get those results and go from there.
Okay. And if I feel sick or anything, just let you know.
Yeah. Do you need any nausea stuff right now?
I got it all ordered up.
Okay.
I mean, I know that my prescription will probably be, I think, around the 15th.
Okay.
Again, but I have enough time to last me to April.
Okay.
I've been taking my pain medicine like every day. Sometimes I don't take it at all. It just depends.
So you've been doing better in that regard too? Good.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's surprising to hear that there's something going on.
There may be something going on. Yeah.
I guess what is a PET?
PET scan's sort of like a CAT scan, but it's got a little extra to it, and it can really tell us where things light up and where they're active.
Have you had other patients had this type of tumor that's had to go on, chemo like this on and off and stuff? Did they feel good or were they real sick?
So, it just depends. Obviously, the chemo can have its own set of side effects, but you did so well on the other. I'd expect that you would do well on.
My hair gonna fall out or anything on these pills?
On the
It's already
pills,
falling
probably
out. It's a
not.
steak.
Yeah. It's
It made
most
me
people
sick.
wouldn't. No, most people have some nausea. So the way it works is, one of the pills you take twice a day for 14 days or 2 weeks, and then the other pill is the last 5 days of that 14 days, so the end of that 2 weeks. And during that week, people can have more nausea, and then you have 2 weeks where you're not
So
taking anything.
potentially, if this was something bad, it would only take like a month or so to start getting sick, right? Like if this was a different areas spreading and, it doesn't take long to.
But till you
before
start to
know
have some
before you have be
symptoms.
symptomatic. And right now I don't feel that.
That's good.
So just do what we can.
Okay.
I gotta live for another year or two. I got plans.
I'm working on it. We've got things to do.
Yeah.
We've got things to do.
Well, we've been good so far.
Yeah.